Hi guys, I'm Laura Vitale, and on this episode of Laura in the Kitchen, I want to show you a 20-minute, really delicious, really simple pasta alla primavera that we're going to do with little lemon and burrata. It is so delicious. Basically, primavera just means spring in Italian, and I'm really just using some things that are available and in season, like asparagus, zucchini are in season. We have so much asparagus growing in Jersey right now around us. It's insane. And then it's not quite season. It's not quite tomato season yet. Close enough. And then peas. Peas are shooting up and they are ready to be picked. I'm using frozen. Don't come for me. The problem is, and I've talked to you about this before because I feel like you're my friends. I've talked to you about my local grocery store just not being the greatest, and they don't have fresh peas. So I just use frozen because if they do have them, then they're just not the best quality. But we are getting a new grocery store soon, and let me tell you, nothing makes a 30-some-year-old woman who loves cooking, who loves food shopping, more excited than the prospect of a new amazing grocery store opening up. And I'm going to slice up some shallots. If you are lucky enough to live around an area that has an amazing farmer's market where you can get your hands on some ramps, use ramps instead. Ramps are kind of like a wild garlic onion mix situation. They're phenomenal. They're in season for a very short period of time, and when they are, I think everybody should be buying them. I just don't have access to them, otherwise I would be. So I'm just taking a couple of shallots and I am just going to slice them up. It takes the same amount of time to really cook this whole thing that it takes for the pasta to come to a boil. It's really easy and really quick. We're just looking for things to kind of cook down, develop a little bit of color, but really all together with really good, strong, extra virgin olive oil makes for something spectacular. I want you to see the color of extra virgin olive oil, and in some cases I like to use it for cooking when I want a really strong flavor because not a whole lot is going to go in there to compete. So we are having very mild things going in there. Zucchini are mild, asparagus are mild, peas are mild. So I want the strong extra virgin olive oil to really be a great strong base for the sauce, if you will. So I'm going to let those do their job. I am going to do nothing exciting with the exception of just literally taking a zucchini or two, whatever you want to use, and I'm going to thinly slice it into half moons and have that ready. I'm also going to chop up some garlic, and I'm going to trim my asparagus and have my tomatoes. Shallots look great. Adding some garlic. Now I want you to see how I chopped up the asparagus. I chopped the ends of the asparagus quite fine just because I find them to be easier to eat. And then the tops, I just kind of left them like that because I just think that they look nice. They're delicious, you know. Adding that right in. You don't need to worry about the garlic cooking for too long because this is all going to saute together anyway. So it's going to be fantastic. I'm going to add the tomatoes at the last minute because I don't want to lose the shape of the tomatoes if I can help it. And then the longer the tomatoes cook, the more they'll cook down, right? And to sort of lose that beautiful shape and vibrant color and a good pinch of salt. You can add whatever you want to your pasta dish. You can add anything you want to anything that you're cooking. In a primavera, I personally don't like adding peppers. I know a lot of people say add some bell peppers for some color, and although I understand your reason for wanting to do that, I don't, because bell peppers are very assertive, they're very strong, and they will pretty much take over anything you add them in. So when you are dealing with ingredients like asparagus, like zucchini that are very mild, but also in a way when you cook them really well, they're buttery and they're just delicious. If I were to add pepper, I wouldn't taste any of that. I would just taste bell pepper. Not a bad thing. It's great in a cacciatore. It's great in a peperonata. Not great for recipes where, like I said, the main ingredients are so mild that you'll lose them. So I leave it out, but I do get color from tomatoes. And these are just like a mixed color tomatoes, but all red cherry tomatoes would be great. No worry there. Veggies look great. You want that zucchini to be cooked down because when zucchini cooks down, it just gets sweet and buttery and so unbelievably delicious. I added the pasta to my salted boiling water, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add my tomatoes straight in, along with, if I can find my zesta, I'm going to add just a little lemon zest. This will kind of brighten the whole thing, and it'll be very light and springy tasting, and it will remind you that we have made it. We have made it through a long, long, long winter, and fun times are ahead. Okay, at this point, I'm just gonna keep this on low. I don't need to like crank this up or anything. I am gonna hit it with just a little bit of black pepper. And I'm just gonna cook the pasta till it's al dente, and then we'll transfer the pasta into here. We'll pull the whole thing off together, but about 1 minute before you take the pasta and you add it in here, I want you to add your frozen peas to the boiling water so they can practically defrost. Okay, I'm cranking the heat up just a little bit on this, and I'm just gonna take my pasta and I'm just going to use a kitchen spider because I want some of that starchy water. So I'm happy for it to get in there because I'm gonna add a little bit more of that actually. And that with the olive oil and any juices and deliciousness at the bottom of that pan is gonna create that perfect light, delicious sauce that is going to coat the pasta. To it, I'm gonna add some torn basil. Just you wait until you eat this. You're gonna be like, this is my new summertime go-to dish. Lots of Parmigiano. You can even use some pecorino. Just be careful, pecorino is really strong and it's assertive. So again, it's gonna overpower. Is it a bad thing if cheese is too overpowering? I don't think so. You make that call. Add that in. I just always happen to have Parmigiano on hand, and I don't always have pecorino, so it's just my go-to. And now just give it a stir. I do want a bit more black pepper. Black pepper and zucchini and asparagus and cheese go very well together, sort of like cacio e pepe situation. Very good. And this just needs to kind of all cook together for like a minute or so, and then we serve. Maybe a couple minutes, and then we serve. Turning this off, and it's time to plate. This is what I would do. I would serve it actually right in the pan, and I would take some burrata, and I would take about 2 or 3 like balls of burrata, and I would just literally set them in there and break them apart. I'm gonna do it in a dish today, just because it's easier for you to see. And as you eat it, and it kind of gets melty and delicious and gooey and just insanely wonderful. A little bit more extra virgin olive oil, teensy weeny bit more lemon zest, more Parmigiano, and the tiniest bit more of black pepper. I like heat, so I need a little bit of that. Put that in there too. And just look at this. As you're eating it, especially as you're serving it out of the pan, you're getting that burrata, you're getting that pasta, you're getting that veg, and all together just works like food magic. Trust me. It is like, I don't know. It's just beyond. It's so simple, but yet it's so flavorful. That burrata just makes everything feel really luxurious. If you wanted to scoop a little ricotta in there as you're serving it up, I wouldn't be mad at it. It's sublime. Go to laurainthekitchen.com to get the written recipe. You must make this. Hope you enjoy spending time with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.